Let's try to get a blueberry bush in the ground today. It's Dan. I want to welcome everyone to my home and sticks. Hope everybody's having a show enough good Sunday and a good weekend. But I'm here to tell you over here in East Central Mississippi, cold. It's about 37 degrees outside right now. Before we get started on today's video, I'm always going to say that if you're new to the channel, I want to welcome you. And if you're returning just to see what old Dan's got going on over her, I sure enough thank you for coming back. But what I want to share with you and y'all today is, yes indeed, I got a hold of a couple of blueberry bushes. So let's get to digging a hole. Dan, what kind of blueberry bushes did you get? Let me show you. All right, what I have here is a powder blue blueberry bush that I purchased from my local cooperative. Let's see if I can get the name here. There we go, powder blue. These are really nice blueberry plants from the bushes from all of the research that I've done. So what I did was yesterday I actually got one in the ground when I got home from work. I didn't break out any camera equipment because it was getting dark real quick. I'm actually out here planting a blueberry bush in the dark. But I got one in the ground. Let me show you what it looks like. And today you and y'all are gonna come along with me. I'm gonna get a hole dug and we're gonna get this udden in the ground. Here's the one that I planted last night. It looks like it's not going into shock. I was kind of thinking that it would. Dug a pretty big hole. I'm gonna show you what I used to plant this guy, and then we're gonna rock on from there. For informational purposes, this is a 2-year powder blue blueberry bush. From my research, these guys are prolific. They put out tons of blueberries. So hopefully we'll get tons of blueberries off these two guys here pretty soon. Dan, should you be planting these blueberry bushes over there in East Central Mississippi because it's while it's so cold? Well, I'm here to tell you over here where I'm at, the best time to get blueberry bushes in the ground is when they are dormant, and that's anywhere from November to the end of February. I actually replanted those uddens a long time ago, and I replanted them at the wrong time. They still growing, so I'm good with that. Let's get to digging. I really wasn't sure on how I wanted to set these blueberries in the ground, but I'm thinking that I need about 6 to 8 hours of sunlight. I get that over here. I may have to do some trimming on this flowering Bradford pear, but I have one over there, and I guess I'm gonna put the udden right here. To dig the holes, I like to use 2 different types of shovels. I have a square shovel, and I started with a round shovel. Let's try to outline a place where we're gonna put this bush. And I just kind of dig around. And I'll get y'all off of that tripod here in a second and show you what I'm doing. Get this guy out of the way. And this is where our hole is gonna be dug at. And by the way, I actually reuse this grass. None of that goes to waste. And I also reuse my native soil on something else as well. All right, this is what the hole's looking like so far. I got my outline on my hole, and this is the kind of soil that I have to deal with over here. This is pretty much red dirt. I call it Mississippi red dirt. Got a little bit of good soil mixed in here, but a majority of it is red dirt. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set y'all down, and we're gonna get to using the square shovel, and I'm gonna show you what I do next. Okay, Dan, why do you use two types of shovels? What I don't like to do, or what I try to do, is when I dig my holes, I don't want them to be in a bowl shape. I want everything to be square. It's actually better for the roots, in my opinion. So I use a square shovel next. Look at that red dirt. Let's set this blueberry bush in the ground and see where we're at. All right, I think that's gonna work out really good. And I hope you can see it, but this hole is actually square. And the reason why I do this is I think the roots have a better chance of getting out there and spreading out with the square hole. And I've done it like this for a while. Seems to work. So let's get this guy out of this pot and into this hole, and I'm going to show you the growing medium that I'm going to use to get this guy started. To get this blueberry bush established, I'm going to use two things and combine them. The first thing I'm going to use is some sphagnum peat moss, and the second is some black cow manure. Dan, why are you using a combination of peat moss and black cow? Well, we all know that blueberry bushes or blueberries are acid-loving plants. They like the acidic soil structure. So the peat moss will provide that acidic environment that it wants, and I'm going to top the plant with black cow. So I think the combination of those two are going to work out really good, and it's probably going to be in the next video. I'm going to show you a really cheap way to mulch blueberry bushes. So I'm going to get this peat moss in here, crumble it up, and get it down in there. The hole with the peat moss in it. All right, let's see if we can't get this blueberry out of this container. We'll take a look at the roots. Roots don't look too bad on this guy. Doesn't look root bound, but I'm just gonna tease these roots down at the bottom to encourage them to actually grow outward and not in a spiral. I'm just gonna set that guy down in there. Now is the time to decide what orientation you want to put it in. Oops. And I'm thinking it's gonna look good just like that. What I'm gonna do next is I'm just gonna backfill this hole with black cow. The last step to this is I'm actually gonna water this guy in. And because once you water it, the water is going to get rid of those air pockets, and the soil is going to sink down a little bit, and I'll have to backfill it in a little bit more, but no big deal. I have plenty of black cow. All right, let's give this guy a shot of water. See, that soil is done sunk down a little bit already. Let's add a little bit more black cow. All right, I'm gonna call that good. There we go. We got 2 powder blue blueberry bushes in the ground, and I think it's gonna work out good. We used a mixture of sphagnum peat moss and black cow as a growing medium for these guys. So I have one here, I got one over yonder, and of course I got my 2 tiffs over there. So looking forward to seeing how these guys grow. Well, all right, that's what I wanted to share with you and y'all today. We got some more blueberry bushes planted out over here on the farm. Hopefully everything is going to work out. They will thrive, grow, and put out tons of blueberries, because Lord knows I love some blueberry jam. So again, I hope everybody's having a show enough good Sunday, and I hope everybody stays safe today amid this crisis that is still going on. If you like this video, go and give it a thumbs up. They help. If you haven't subscribed to the Home and Sticks channel, Lord of mercy, y'all need to come on over here, give old Dan a look, because I'm always doing stuff like getting blueberry bushes in the ground. That being said, you know it's coming down. Referee sure enough always gonna say it. Don't let nobody doubt your shine. And I mean nobody. You sure enough get your shine on, get your grow on. Plant a few trees or bushes. And Dan will see you and y'all in the next video.